Thanks for staying with us. Now, speeding lorries seem to be a constant on highways in Chennai, creating massive accidents. Last week, we heard of a hit-and-run case, and today a speeding lorry ran over a two-wheeler rider in Taramani this morning. A 35-year-old man riding the two-wheeler died on the spot. The body has been moved to the government Roypeta hospital for a post-mortem examination. The lorry driver had fled the scene. In fact, last night, another truck that went over a median had created a logjam at Madhya Kailash signal for about 20 straight minutes. A mini carrier was seen thoroughly damaged. Over to some sports news now, and of course about Zahir Khan. Even before the tests versus England began and Zahir Khan picked up a hamstring injury, he wasn't really looking 100% fit, which is why he didn't bowl in the second innings of the warm-up match at Taunton. Now it's not just his hamstring, but a pre-existing ankle injury too that has cropped up, forcing him to be ruled out for up to 4 months. That's 14 to 16 weeks. But why wasn't his physical fitness monitored by the BCCI?
Did you think India lost this test match, or one player you think was responsible for India losing?
Same as the first test match, Zahir Khan. They needed the bowling.
That's how important this man is to India's efforts on the cricket field. In fact, over the last 1 year, Zahir Khan's contributions have been pretty big. In the current series versus England, he has just 2 wickets to his name, and India are already on the verge of losing their #1 rank. Which is why the sight of Zahir limping off the ground for a second time on this tour and news that he will be out of action for 14 to 16 weeks raises questions which have to be answered. While Zach's hamstring injury made headlines across the world, according to a BCCI press release, it's his ankle injury which is more serious and needs surgery. But it was an ankle injury that forced him to pull out of the Test series versus the West Indies. So why was this injury not monitored before the England series, considering he has been carrying it for well over 2 months now? In fact, all that was mentioned by the BCCI at the time of the West Indies series was that Zahir needs some time off for rehabilitation.
I'm not 100% sure whether he'll play or not, because I feel, with the kind of cricket we are playing, it's very important to get the guys fit, not risk them for one particular game.
MS Dhoni's statement after the Lord's Test proved that the team management itself was unsure if Zach, who we needed for the entire series, would be back at all.
It's not just in these conditions, but we've seen him in different conditions. He does take a test or two before he actually, hits peak condition.
Peak condition is something Zahir is obviously far away from, something that has prompted other cricketers to even take a dig at his physique.
He doesn't have the body to admire, but he was putting up with his body and he thought he could have done that.
The barbs aside, the question that needs to be asked is, was India's premier pacer pushed into the test versus England? Maybe with a pre-existing injury. With Nikhil Naz and Jaideep Bhandarkar in England, in New Delhi, Akash Dasgupta for NDTV.
Well, 2 names really made a big impact this evening at the National Snooker Championships right here in Chennai. Pankaj Advani and Aditya Mehta. No, they didn't compete against each other today at the quarterfinals, and no, Pankaj was not the dominant figure potting the balls. In fact, he lost to Alok Kumar 5 games to 2. While the highest-ranked national player, Aditya Mehta, beat his opponent after breaking 2 centuries, 134 and 124 to be exact, and winning 5 games to 2, going straight to the semi-finals facing Manudev, which should be an exciting fight for this 27-year-old. Well, we now bring you fresh visuals from the upcoming movie, quite literally the 7th sense of Kollywood, the Surya and Shruti Hassan starrer. Take a look. Now, have you ever wondered how to save yourself if you're watching a cricket match at possibly the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium or at the Nehru Stadium during an athletics meet? Well, we leave you with visuals of the exact method that the police will use to coordinate fire and rescue, along with medical teams whilst people are under the debris. A visual impact. Take a look and enjoy.